What's up, y'all? My name is Coach Herb, and my homegirl B, and
Hey
joining
everybody.
us as well is Mr. Ben.
Hey
How's
guys.
everybody doing? I'm Coach Herb. I'm from Reston. I've been here for about 30 years. It feels like more. I grew up in this community, and I've been coaching, doing all sorts of little things. So, and B, what about you?
I have been only in Reston for about a year and actually almost 2 years. I'm really excited about that. I've been in the DMV all my life though. So I've grown up in DC, Maryland, Virginia, Wakefield graduate, moved out here because I thought it was a great place for my family. And so I'm excited. I'm excited.
And
And
Mr.
everybody
Ben's
knows Herb.
And Mr. Ben's joining us too, and he's kind of a local product too. He's going to help us out with all our little things, like going over topics and talking about different issues in this community.
He's going to help us lead the way. Ben, tell them
Yes, he
about yourself.
is.
Yeah, so as mentioned, I grew up here in the DMV in Burke for about 20 plus years, and then have lived out here um, in Reston now for the last 4 to 5 years. So really excited. Been with the YMCA for about 15, 16 years. Seems like forever now. But it's been a pleasure working with her for as long as I have, and being kind of new to this area. It's been really great to kind of go through our new job experiences together, and really excited to tell everybody kind of our viewpoints about the area.
I love it. I love it.
I love
And
it too,
so
y'all.
this is our first episode, so thank you all for joining us. We definitely are excited to do this, and this is a great opportunity, especially with us being out during this time during quarantine. And so we chose our first episode to be quarantine life. So this is kind of
Quarantine
like an
life.
episode talking about how we've been living and dealing
Yeah,
during, I don't know, how long we've been out here, like 8 weeks, almost 9 weeks now,
almost 9 weeks,
basically.
probably closer to 10.
Yes, it
It's
feels like
been a
79 weeks have happened
yes.
already.
It's
So
been it's been a different experience. I put it that way.
it has been a
I'm
very
I'm a I'm
interesting
a
experience.
I'm a social person, so it's kind of tough being home, only getting to talk to your wife and the kids, and
Correct.
not really a lot of people. Like I'm more of a person to person type speaker. I don't usually do a lot of the, you know, sitting at home talking on the phone. I could talk to you on the phone, but I really would like the physical
You don't
action.
like talking to me on the phone, man?
I mean, I do, but sometimes depends on whether there's kids screaming in the background or stuff like that. You
Yeah,
know,
yes.
yeah. You understand what I'm saying because like my kids are grown, so they'll sleep. They could sleep 24 hours if they really wanted to. You
And
know,
I would love that. And mines do not. And yep, I am
yeah,
so tired, but that's okay.
yeah, yeah.
That is
So
all right, you
so
know?
where do you guys going during the social distancing time? Is it been easy to find places to go? I mean, obviously, Herb mentioned being stuck at home and with the family and things like that. So I can only imagine needing to the space and having to get out. So what are you guys doing to facilitate that?
Well,
So for
me,
myself,
go ahead, B.
mm, I feel like we've been eating out a bit too much lately. I've been taking this time to eat the things that I really don't get a chance to. So to
Yeah.
like adventure to different places to go and get food,
Okay.
um, adventure in different places to go and get beer.
Nice.
We went and did a whole day trip to Harper's Ferry just in the car. I would have never imagined it would just be a straight up in the car trip for majority of the time. But I don't know, it was pretty cool. We've been to Laurel, just trying to get out and take the kids out because they have no idea what the heck is going on is like key. So anywhere we can go. What about you, Herb?
Yeah, for me, it's been a lot of hiking, which is
Hmm.
interesting because a lot of people that know me, I had some some injury issues when I was younger, and I try to fix them, and then you know, it's I've been able to walk a little bit, but I've been doing a lot of hiking. We got two dogs, so we'll go for a
Has it been
walk.
rough with the hiking?
Yeah, it wears on your body a little bit. My foot definitely is paying for it. We'll do like a 5 mile hike, a 6 mile hike. Sometimes, like a couple of weeks ago, we went to Great Falls, and we were like, yeah, let's
Mm-hmm.
go this way, and we ended up like climbing up rocks, which it wasn't cute. Let me just put it that way. It's a good thing I had the good hiking shoes on. Sometimes I'll
That's why
just
I'm
go out.
proud of you for doing it, because we haven't
Yeah,
taken one hike.
yeah, yeah. I
So
actually
while
We
you,
made
could
a
take.
significant purchase. I made a purchase. I bought my hiking stick,
oh,
which is
Oh,
another. Yeah,
ooh,
I'm fancying it up now.
I've
Now
I,
I
I've
need
seen
my
people like that at the
backpack.
wild.
absolutely, with those hiking
Yeah.
sticks.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. And that's where I got it from. I saw some people. I was like, that could be useful one day. I didn't know it was going to be this day. I didn't know it was going to be this soon, but
So it sounds like both of you guys, definitely are getting out, which is great to hear.
Yeah.
The walls seem to be caving in sometimes when you're at home for too long. But while you guys are out and about doing those things, have you noticed a lot of people, wearing masks or maybe choosing not to wear masks, maybe even while they're in their car and things like that, that maybe, some people find super helpful and other people think it's a little crazy.
all of the above.
Okay.
So I get
Yeah.
I get a lot of things that happen to me, and I don't know whether it's at first for a split second I thought it was racial because I was like, whoa, are you scared
Me
of me because
too.
I'm
Yes.
walking down the road, and literally the person would cross the street
You're like all
to
the way
to
over here,
avoid
and they're all
me,
the way over
and
there,
I'm like,
and they're doing the most.
and doing the most with the social. Like I understand social distancing, but I did not know it was like 40 feet away from me. I thought it was like the 6 feet apart was probably okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people are wearing masks, so I'm trying to figure out. So if you're wearing a mask and you're walking by me, do you think that you're gonna catch something through the air? Like I'm gonna just project something and
You
hit you?
might project the
It's like,
corona on them.
Maybe they think
yeah.
you're going to
I
reach out
mean,
and
it was
touch them.
just, yeah, I guess so. They don't want that. I had an incident where I was walking down the street, and this lady saw us out of maybe just at the last second, and so she tried to avoid me, but I also was trying to be respectful, and I tried to avoid her. But then we ended up basically face to face, and so we did like this little dance, and I was like, so I try to change the humor a little bit and go, hey, hey, hey. And she did not like that at all. She was like, oh, why does this person think that this is funny? This is not a joking matter. And I was like, oh,
That
so
happens
I
to us
kept it
all the
moving.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we live
This,
on a pond here, and we have to experience people just about every time we go out on a walk. And you have some people who wear masks, you have some people who don't. I'm one of those people who don't wear a mask outside. I think that since I'm outside and I'm playing and I'm pretty far from a lot of people, that I mean, we're good, we're okay.
yeah, the social
Some people,
distancing is a social
yeah,
distance.
I know. For the most part, some people will probably give us the death stare when we're walking around,
Correct.
because
Correct.
the ones who have on masks look at us every time, and I say, "Hi, how you doing?" And they're looking at me like, oh, "You need to have a
Yeah.
mask on." And sometimes they'll write emails, and I wonder, "Huh, is it
Oh,
about us, or is it about other people?" But for the most part, I mean, people try to avoid us because we got two kids like the plague. They'll walk around
yeah.
us, like go out of their way, maybe trip up, maybe fall in the
Oh,
street, who
yeah.
knows,
Oh, yeah.
and just avoid us. Like, okay, I guess,
Yeah.
all right, it is
Yeah.
what it is. But yeah, for the most part, I think
Yeah.
one thing that got me was when we did take our day trip to Harper's Ferry, that every stop that we made, no one, zero, was wearing a mask but us.
Oh,
and I was
Were
very
you
surprised.
were you wearing your mask in the car or?
No,
Well, I
no, we're
mean,
not one of those
you
people.
you said pretty much you didn't really get out and do too much walking, so I figured you were,
Well, we didn't,
practicing
but we
your.
had to go. So we had to go to the gas station. And we had to go get milk, and
Uh,
not one, no one cared.
yeah, yeah.
And we had
It's
our
it's
mask
it's,
on.
it's kind of funny because you're looking at Harper Ferry, this is West Virginia, and
Hmm.
like it's maybe 40 minutes away, and you're like, you know, it's like the rules don't apply to certain
Like at
areas for
all,
some reason. Like,
like
okay,
at
are
all.
you know that there's a virus that's going around, or is it just me? I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe
When
there's
we
a
went
news
to
broadcast
when
that
we went to
doesn't
pick up
happen or
beer
something. Hmm.
from Harper's Ferry Brewing, no one was wearing a mask either. And we walked in. I walked in with my mask, and the guy looked at me like, "Oh, should I put mine on?" Uh, I don't
Yeah,
know, sir. Yeah,
that would
maybe
be nice. Yeah,
it would be great.
yeah. Like I don't want you to like sneeze on my beer right
Right?
now because
And you know what? In Virginia, here in Virginia now, we gotta start wearing masks starting what, tomorrow?
yeah,
yeah,
Friday.
Officially in public places.
when you go into establishments mostly, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
just
kind of
indoors.
yeah, you kind of like don't have to wear it like when you're exercising. So
Right.
that's a little confusing because like if you go into a public place like a gym, do you not wear the mask if you're exercising?
So
Or
I saw if you're exercising, you don't have to wear the mask, which is
mhm.
fine, right? Because how you gonna breathe? Two,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think if you cannot wear a mask because of a medical condition, right?
So
And also
so you have to have
like
a doctor's note.
I don't know. I don't know how that
Oh,
goes. Maybe. Just maybe.
yeah. Oh,
So
this is America. I don't have to wear a mask. What? Okay.
it'll be very interesting going into an establishment that people probably haven't been wearing masks beforehand, and now they're like, oh, I gotta do
Don't be-
this.
yeah, I believe that with the masks thing, I don't know about Virginia so much, well, this area, but I think there's going to be some protests about
I
wearing
think there's going to be
masks.
protests. This area, I feel we're pretty good, right? But you
Hmm.
go further down south, and people feel a lot more
Yeah,
open, and they don't really
yeah,
want to feel restricted by the mask. I get it, right? It's terrible. Some people's breath stinks. Some people don't get used to the mask. Some people
yeah, yeah.
don't even have a right mask. They just have a scarf
I,
over. Or some people are putting those. Did you see those memes where people are putting drawers on their face?
hmm.
Like,
So, like the thing is that do we want to like wear the breathable masks where like if you breathe, you wear it. Do you want the recyclable ones or do you want the ones that are wear and throw away? I mean, which ones are the better ones to wear, you think?
so for me in here, because I live with someone who works in the profession that he works in maintenance, he has those N95, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, but those special masks that he
Yep,
has
you've
to
seen them.
Oh,
use. And so,
you got you
yeah,
got the
we
good stuff.
yeah we have the good mask. So we have a bunch of good masks actually, and
You
we
got like
have
The Rolls Royce masks. And we got the
we also have
make
the
it
mask.
yourself ones.
Oh, we also have the one that like I feel like it has like the little maybe am I saying this right, respirator on the top, on the
Mhm.
front part where you can like breathe through a bit more. And I think it's just because of him when he has to go into somebody's apartment when they're painting or anything like that and
Oh,
use those.
so so
So
it's like it's also has like a little filter on it, so
right.
even though you can breathe through it, it's
Hmm.
also safe.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and then we do have cloth masks, but those cloth masks feel like draws. So I'm not really sure if they're
Right.
doing what they're
Is it,
supposed to.
are those made in China or are they made in
Probably.
the US?
I'm just saying probably. I really don't know.
I really don't know either.
I don't know.
You would think that sometimes you would look at the box. You used to
I
look
really
at the
didn't.
box and say, where is this made? Or sometimes you don't, you know.
They do.
Yep.
They do
That
make
would,
those N95 masks here in the U.S., but some are also made overseas too. So it really just depends on where
Oh,
you're purchasing it from.
okay.
okay. Yeah. Well, I got it right from David. So
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm just living my best life, just trying to make it out here and wear the mask and be respectful
How do
and
you guys
stay away from people.
how do you guys both feel about, you talked about going out and about, finding parks or going to get beer, things, and with the state reopening, in phase 1 here soon, how would you feel going to a place and it's overcrowded? We've seen those images of bars in other states that it's like shoulder to shoulder. They are not really practicing social distance. The majority are not wearing masks. So even if people are wearing masks or if they're not wearing masks, like how would you guys feel if you pull up to a spot and there's easily, people shoulder to shoulder, 100 plus people? Would you turn around, find someplace else to go? Would you, feel okay
Absolutely.
if you're wearing a mask?
Well, I'm not a rebel, I guess. I mean,
Oh, you're not?
I would like to. No, I say what I want to say, but I don't. I try to follow rules. So, like, if there's this thing about, hey, you got to stay 6 feet apart, I'm not going to walk into an establishment where there's, the capacity is 150 and there's 150 people in there, because then it makes no sense to social distance. Like, I don't want, if because a lot of times people don't understand that you could have the virus on you and not exhibit any symptoms. And so I don't want to be the person that would pass it along to somebody else if I was a carrier. So I feel like everybody else should in that case kind of be that same way. Like, I don't want to pass it along. You don't want to pass it along to the elderly. My mom's calling me. It's like, hey, come on by. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Mom.
Yeah.
I love you, but I'm not going to come by, and,
Yeah. I think for myself, if I see a large group of individuals in a place, I'm going to not go at this time, just because I know that if I do, it might end up with someone, maybe not even me, having the virus, right? And so you'll feel bad if you were put into that environment and you're like, dang, I was around somebody who had it and maybe I have it. And then it gives you all these different like thoughts that happen because you're thinking, oh, I feel terrible that I went out. Now I potentially may have gotten someone sick. Now I might be sick. Like, so for myself, I really missed the beach. And I know that certain beaches have opened and I would love, love, love to go, but I already know there's going to be a ton of people who are going to be there. I mean, look at Ocean City last week. There were tons of people and that was just on the boardwalk, let alone think about what was on the actual sand. Like, those people were just on the boardwalk, just living their best life, no mask, no anything, thinking probably, oh, I'm outside. It's okay, right? And people are staying away from me, not necessarily, because I know every beach shop that I've been to is the tightest little space of life.
Right.
I mean, the tightest space. So, like, you can't even go to the beach and be like, oh, I forgot a shovel and pail. Where are you going to go get it? Because if you go get it from a shop, you're going to have to go into the store and it's going to be the tightest little space. And you already probably will have a bunch of people in there, because let alone the people who are working there, there's like 4 or 5 of them trying to sell you everything. So it's hard to think about going to a large space.
What about if you guys,
because
Bianca, since you mentioned Ocean City, what about if you went to a place that had a barrier, a physical barrier between you and other patrons, like those tubes that they have where they look like people are walking around?
I did see that. Yep, I did see that on the news. Those tube things. I'm not going to that bar. You want to know why? Let me tell you something. First of all, that bar is something else. It's for all the drunken times that you would like to have happen in Ocean City too. Those people have been touching those barriers. They got to get in and out of that. They're still touching that and doing stuff and whatnot. You think they're going to properly clean every single one of those tubes before somebody else gets into it? No. 3,
Right.
Those things, I feel like once you start drinking, people are going to want to start messing with you, and they're
Hmm.
going to bump you and like do the most. And I just see myself getting angry. Just see me
Right.
getting angry.
Right.
My drink's going to
Right. I
spill.
mean,
I
it
mean,
just,
like,
yeah, I mean, it's not right now, it's not worth, you know, the drink. It's not worth, you know, like I said, I'm a social person, but you know, I would rather be safe than sorry at this
yeah, like I'd
at this
rather
time.
value my
So
life over than picking to choose
yeah,
to go and have a drink outside. I can just
yeah,
step
I mean,
outside and have a drink. No one's going to
right.
do anything,
Yeah. Have a beer, have a bourbon, you know,
right?
anything. I could sit on my patio and have a drink, you know, and
You know,
and call
now
me
if
up.
I wanted to go to like, you know, because the beach time is coming up. If I did want to go to the beach, I definitely wouldn't choose going to the beach in the beginning of opening.
Yeah,
Everyone's going to be
I
invited.
think I'm going to be like a phase three beach goer.
You're going to be phase three. Oh, great.
Phase
You're going
three.
to be phase three. Herb will be right on vacation in November. November
Yes.
laid out on the beach.
Like, hey, look, there's nobody here. I wonder why. Huh? It's because it's
Oh,
30
rooms are
degrees
cheap.
outside.
Rooms are cheap. $50 a night. What? Yes.
No, boardwalk, walking around the boardwalk, there's only four people there. That's
Yeah.
my kind of party. I'll be all over that one. I don't know if I could do the whole July 4th weekend
I
and
don't know
all
if
of
I
that
can have it
stuff.
in me anymore. Like I didn't even have the same mindset when it came to Memorial Day. Because Memorial
I
Day, you
know.
automatically think, oh, okay, let me go ahead and like plan a vacation or a fun weekend or something. But like this past Memorial Day, I was like, oh, let's just grill out.
Yep. Yep.
That's all you could do.
All
Let's
you can
just
do is
grill.
grill out, you know, send a text, Happy Memorial Day.
That's right.
I think I took a
So
So
picture of
too.
the food I cooked.
I was going to say, so you guys are mentioning about, getting out and about, and obviously with Memorial Day and, 4th of July coming up around the corner in about a month, you're going to have to go to the grocery store. You're going to have to actually go buy some things. And we talked about the new order coming out here on Friday, having to wear a mask. So
Mm-hmm.
as I know we've kind of briefly talked about it, you guys and the majority of our listeners probably have seen this video before, but wanted to play it again just so you guys can kind of see it, dissect it, talk a little bit about how it makes you feel. Are you for the gentleman who's the consumer, or are you for the business who's trying to protect everybody else? So let me go ahead and try and share this video for you guys, and can watch it, and then we'll go back to talking about it. One
Okay.
second
Okay,
here.
cool.
Let me just make sure that I've got the sound on for you guys.
Herb, have you seen any arguments happening at like a?
Not myself, but
Me
I've
neither.
seen, yeah, I've seen people act a certain way.
Well, I think we
All
just gonna have that, right?
Hmm.
I'll just put you on my 3,000 follower Instagram feed, mostly locals.
Hi everyone, I work for Costco and I'm asking this member to put on a mask because that is our company policy. So either wear the mask.
And I'm not doing it because I woke up in a free country.
Have a great day.
So you're going to take this car from me?
Sir, have a great
Full
day.
of stuff.
You are no longer welcome here in our warehouse. You need to leave. Thank you very
Here,
much.
you put it on, I'll give you my card. He's going to take the card away because he's a... There he is, walking away with all my stuff. There he goes.
Well, I don't know how to react to that. I mean, because like,
You don't know how to react to that? I know how to react to
you
that.
know, well, no, because you know the policy. You were walking in because he was expecting a confrontation. That's, you woke up in a free country. I really don't understand what that means.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Me myself,
He wanted it. He
you know,
wanted it.
he just wanted his Instagram followers to see that he was a rebel. Maybe, I don't
Yes.
know.
All 3,000 of them.
Hmm. You saw that, right? 3,000 followers on Instagram want to see
So
him,
yeah.
break the rules because seemed to be his wife had the mask on, so she
Mm-hmm.
was trying to be smart, maybe. and he was,
Yeah.
he just wanted to invoke some sort of confrontation. Which
I applaud the Costco gentleman. I applaud that
I
Costco
applaud.
employee.
Because you have to abide by the rules. Like I said, I'm kind of a rule follower. So if they say you can't walk into the grocery store without a mask on, you can't walk into an establishment without a mask on. I mean, it's literally, unless I'm going to be there for several hours, like a bar, that's going to be a little difficult. So that's the social distancing is going to be, like I said, I'll be a phase 3 person because I'm not going to be ready for sitting around with a mask on for 3-4 hours. But I can go into the grocery store for 20-30 minutes and shop, get my stuff, and leave. Costco, it's a big place, lots of people. They want you to wear a mask to be safe.
Yes.
For yourself and for others. And that's the part of that bothers me, is that people don't seem to recognize that they need to be safe for others.
I agree with you.
And if you're a risk taker, if you want to risk everything, go lick the table, whatever those things are nowadays that people want to do to show that they're immune to the disease, which is kind of crazy.
So with him recording that, I felt like what you said was spot on. He went in there looking for that, right? So he walked in, he got past the front people. Why didn't the front workers at the door be like, hey,
because I feel like
mask.
I feel like he walked in with a mask on because his wife had a mask on. Like,
That's
you're
true.
not going to walk together without. Yeah, she had a mask on. He probably had it on and decided to take it off when he got in there because he wanted to make a statement. I understand, your rights and all of that stuff. But, when we're trying to make everybody get back to normalcy and health and, stopping the spread of the coronavirus, how do you do that? And they have guidelines. They're telling us what to do. Trying to help us police ourselves. Because if there's a stop sign there, are you going to run the stop sign because you're a free American?
In a free country?
In a free country, okay. You can't tell me to stop at the stop sign.
Yeah, the whole video when he said like, "Oh, I woke up in a free country," I was like, "Oh, okay, we did," but like, there's other rules to stuff. So him doing all of that was kind of like, boo. This video is, and that's why the gentleman, I feel like he just walked away with the cart and was like, "Forget this. I'm not even arguing with you. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna keep it moving." I like that. I mean, that's something that we would do if we needed to at our job, right? So, I don't know, following the rules, follow the rules. And then when they put the other guidelines out, because it seems like they're putting it out at a pretty good pace, just follow it. Just go with it.
Yeah, just go with it until
you'll be fine.
The CDC or whoever says like, hey, this is starting to work. We'll stick with it for a little while longer, and then once we feel that we're safe, maybe we'll lighten the rules a little bit. Like, okay, you can, as long as you're 6 to 10 or 15 feet apart, you don't have to wear a mask, or stuff like that. Or if you're outdoors and at a crowded beach, you don't have to wear a mask or something,
right?
Because there's been stories that are saying, oh, with the heat, the virus doesn't do well in heat.
Right.
I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's what I've been hearing. I'm
not sure. So, I'm going to just go with what's happening with the CDC. Just
like be safe, safe, and do.
But that guy, I mean, I feel like he was just doing the most, and he decided to like later on go home and like do another video and rant about it again. And I don't know. I just feel like he was picking a battle at that time. And I feel like all the other people who are picking a battle with the mask, just do it. A lot of other countries have been doing it already. And it's just because, for one thing, there's a lot of smog in a lot of places, a lot of just pollution, a lot of whatever, just keep them safe in general. But like, just do it. It'll be fine.
It's not for the rest of your life. I mean, it's there's a possibility that you would have to probably do some sort of something as far as protecting yourself a little bit more. But you know
So
what? I mean, you know,
I got a story for
cleanliness
you.
is godliness.
I went to Giant, right? Went to Giant. And when I went to Giant, this was like my first time, like, all right, great. I'm going to the grocery store. All right. I feel like it was before Mother's Day or something like that. And I wanted to make breakfast or lunch or whatever for my mother-in-law. I can't remember. And we were getting food, and all of a sudden, this lady is by the butter or wherever by me in the aisle, and she starts coughing. And I looked at her, and I
Was she
looked at her and I
coughing
said,
in her
"Ma'am,
mask?
yes."
Oh, okay.
But you know when you hear your first initial cough, you hear the
Yeah,
first
and that was
initial
even
cough.
and that was before the corona. Actually, with me, you know, I was like,
I was
whoa.
like, oh,
You cover your
oh
mouth.
no. I said, "Ma'am." She was like, "I'm so sorry." Oh, you can't be doing that. I don't know
Mhm.
what's happening here. You're very close.
Well, now you know
And
there's aisle etiquette too. Like if you're walking
yeah,
down the aisle, I guess sometimes you know it's almost like a one-way street now because like you got
it
to go the
definitely
right
is.
way
Hmm.
into the grocery aisle. You know, if you go the wrong way, people are gonna start staring at you like, "Yo, man,
Yeah, some
this
of
is
them have
America.
actually like
Why are you driving on
labeled
the wrong side of the street?"
the floor, which is pretty interesting. Some of them have labeled the floor, so you just go right up and down each aisle
Road
and keep it moving.
on as aisle.
I'm kind of, I'm kind of
You know,
into that though.
you don't want to have people. Yeah, yeah. I mean, has been a good and a bad. The good is that now people are starting to be aware of how they are, because I mean, you know, to be quite honest, there's some dirty people.
Well, I was so talking about the good and the bad. I think that there's also some fun moments about the quarantine. One being about when you get to come home and you or go in your car and you take off that mask and that feeling of finally release of getting to breathe sweet fresh air. We actually have a little fun meme to show everybody. I was going to say, Bianca, you might be able to speak a little bit more to this meme than Herb might be able to, but then Herb, maybe you can say, what would that be like for a man?
You know,
And it's like maybe taking off your jock strap after you play a game.
Okay, all right, that's good sport analogy.
that's a, I don't even know. Are people still just,
Or
just wearing?
yeah,
What's happening?
yeah,
I know that
yeah.
it's going to be for a lot of women to put their bra on to go back to work after this time. I know people have not been really doing
So
that.
would you choose? So do you choose now? Now do you have to choose both, or do you go with one? Like, oh, today I'm wearing the mask. I'm not going to wear the bra.
So if I go with both,
Or do you have to wear?
Better only be out for a little.
I know.
I'm not trying.
There's
to
a 2-hour limit on the bra.
I'm not trying to.
You can't wear the bra for. Right.
Yeah. What in the world? That's a good meme.
I need to wear the bra. Yeah, it is a good meme. Like,
so at the end of our episodes, you like to kind of talk about a local business that you or Coach Herb patronize and things like that. That we definitely love to support during these hard times because everyone's struggling, not just individuals but businesses as well. So do you want to kind of take a couple minutes to talk about maybe that local business in the area that you and Coach Herb have kind of decided to highlight for this episode?
Yeah, absolutely. So like Ben said, we'll be ending our podcast each time with supporting a local small business. Majority of these small businesses that we will be promoting are our friends who we know. So we just like to take the time to actually put them out there. And we'll also host guests from time to time. So look out for them and what they have to say about their business themselves. But today's small business of choice for this week is Reston's Moms Club. So the Reston Moms Club, which I have the shirt on, yay! And I'm also
Yay.
I'm also a member of the group as well. So I want to take this time to say that the Reston Moms Club has been in the Reston area since 2002. They've been able to help stay-at-home moms and working moms create a group to come together and just have a sisterhood and talk about what struggles and strives that they have with their children, and then also have an opportunity to join play groups, also do events with each other, and then there's also moms nights out. So during the mom night outs, they have like wine clubs and things like that, and we do book clubs. So I just wanted to take that time to promote that business and promote that nonprofit, just because they do so much greatness here in the Reston community and bring a lot of moms together, and I'm one of them. So I've been talking to a lot of them, and I consider them my friends during this quarantine time. So yay, Reston Moms Club.
Reston Moms Club. That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't have a Reston Moms Club. I just live in Reston. I would like a shirt, actually. I would rock it. I support everything. Yeah, I got to get you might have to get a bigger one nowadays, because I have put on that quarantine pounds. That
quarantine weight is like that.
Yeah. That college weight, the freshman 15. Yeah, no, that's the quarantine 15.
Yeah.
I put on a few. Yeah. Even though I've hiked a lot, it's still.
You want to check them out at www.restonmomsclub.com. So there you go. And we want to thank you for joining us today. I feel like this was pretty good, right? Did you all have fun?
I think I had fun. I don't know about everybody else. The 3 people that are watching, or whoever, I hope you had fun. There's more content to come, so look for it.
We'll also be putting out a survey to try to figure out what you guys want us to talk about during our podcast. So look out for that as well. And yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Any suggestions on makeup, just let me know.
I'll definitely take suggestions on makeup, especially right?
Yeah. Or what angle I need to be at to look skinnier. I don't know. Or that would help too. Any suggestion would help.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
man.
thanks, Mr. Ben. I think it was a great first show.
Yes.
Hopefully, there's more success to come with more conversation and more banter and more everyday life things. So thanks, guys, for tuning in with us.
I just want to say, check us out every Wednesday. We'll be posting a new podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. So stay with us.
All that stuff.
All right,
I don't know any of it, but I know I can log on.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see ya. Nice talking to you. Ciao.